Alright, so this was, so the doors are supposed to latch.
So hood suppression systems have to be inspected every 6 months. So this was last done in April of 24.
So we have to do school inspections twice a year when school is in session. Some of the things that we look for are fire drill records. There has to be a fire drill conducted within the first 7 days of school, and then one every month thereafter. They've got to be conducted at different times, also under different circumstances. For instance, a teacher could stand at an exit door that students would normally go out and say, there's a fire here, you've got to find another way out. We look for, make sure fire extinguishers are serviced and ready to go, fire alarm systems, make sure they're operational, sprinkler systems, things like that.
I'm Bob Bellotti. I moved here from Chicago 3 years ago. I'm in Union County, but I live in Monroe. And December 1st, 1958, I would have been 7 years old. And I was in 2nd grade at Our Lady of the Angels Catholic School. We were just a few minutes away from dismissal when, and I don't recall ever hearing a fire alarm go off, but I do remember windows being open because the school was in a U-shape, and we were able to see the north side of the building on the upper floors. And I remember the windows coming up, children sticking their heads out of the window with smoke coming out and screaming, fire, fire, fire. And the nun that was teaching me, she just had everybody stand up and walk out. I was fortunate, my class was fortunate. We were 50 feet from the stairwell, and we were able to get right out to the outside. And from there, they brought us into the church, which was a mistake. The church was completely engulfed in smoke because the church and the school were semi-connected. We saw a lot of smoke, a lot of children screaming and everything. And the best I remember is children jumping from one floor out to the building of the rectory. And some of them were not able to make the jump. They were landing on wrought iron fences. Some that made it broke their legs, and my cousin was able to make the jump, and she fell, broke her leg, which was fortunate. A lot of her classmates perished. She was in an upper grade. My sister was 4 years older than I am, and she was in 5th grade, I believe at the time, or 6th grade, and she was able to get out safely. But to this day, she has a lot of problems and reminiscing and even talking about it. So it was cold that day. I remember very cold, 1st of December. The upper grades is where most of the casualties happened. The nuns really didn't know how to get the children out, and they just would have them crouch on the floor and just pray. And they couldn't, they were dying from smoke inhalation. I mean, I remember going into the church, I remember seeing how it was all taking place, and I mean, it just comes back more and more vividly to me when we came out to the school and how people were just, families just grabbing children, they didn't even know where they were, and just bring them into homes. 92 children, 3 nuns, yeah.
Our Lady of Angels fire that occurred in 1958, the Chicago Fire Department had done a school inspection a few weeks prior and noted a numerous amount of violations. But the school was grandfathered in and did not have to meet current code requirements at that time. Had they been required to meet the current code, then there would have been some more safety mechanisms in place at that time. So our goal is to prevent a tragedy like this from happening and keeping everyone safe.